Morning students, today we are going to start with our next topic, that is fertilization. I told in my previous class the synonymous of fertilization. A word which is also used in place of fertilization in higher classes is syngamy. Okay, and the syngamy is the formation of a diploid zygote, means the combination of okay combination of male and female haploid gametes will lead to the formation of a diploid zygote. Okay, this process is known as fertilization. But there are many organisms in which fertilization does not take place. Still they grow and develop into a new organisms. We had studied in chapter 1st in class 11th about this, that reproduction is not the vital characteristic of the living organisms. Okay, so here we can see that in case of organisms like rotifer, honeybees and lizards, whereas in birds, turkey, okay, they can produce a new organism without undergoing fertilization. So we can say the process of formation of new organism without fertilization is known as parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis is the process of formation of new organisms without fertilization. Okay, now where this syngamy or the fertilization takes place, depending on the type of organism, this takes place in different medium. Okay, in case of most aquatic organisms such as majority of algae, fishes as well as amphibians, this syngamy occurs in external medium, and that medium can be water. Why water? Because these all are aquatic animals. Okay, here the fertilization takes place outside the female body. Okay, fertilization or syngamy takes place outside the female body. Both of the organisms, they release, male as well as the female, they release their gametes into water and by chance they get fused. Okay, that's why this is also known as external fertilization. In this case, many loss takes place. To overcome this loss, these organisms releases large number of gametes, male gametes as well as female gametes, and these gametes are larger in size as well as larger in amount, and they are motile in nature. They can move from one place to another, but they are extremely vulnerable means they are subjected to external threat. Okay, they can undergo external threat. They are vulnerable to the predators. Okay, they are vulnerable to the predators. Now, in case of many terrestrial organisms, for example belonging to fungi, higher animals such as reptile, birds, mammals, okay, and in case of plants also, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms as well as angiosperms, this process of syngamy takes place inside the body. That's why it is known as internal fertilization. It is known as internal fertilization. In this case, egg is formed inside the female body. Egg is formed inside the female body, and where they fuse with the male body, male gamete. So, egg or the female gamete is present inside the female body, whereas male gamete fuses with the female gamete. Okay, that's why it is known as internal fertilization, because it takes place inside the body. Okay, here the number of sperm produced is very large, whereas the number of egg produced is very less. Okay, Now, after the process of syngamy or the fertilization, there are two different events which takes place. One is the zygote formation, another one is embryogenesis. Zygote formation and embryogenesis. So first we are going to see the zygote formation. Zygote formation is as simple as the reproduction process. Zygote formation mainly takes place in sexual reproduction, and here the fusion of haploid male gametes takes place and it releases a diploid male gamete. Okay. Now here the zygote formation is very vital link. It ensures the continuity of species between organisms on a generation, organisms of one generation and the next. Okay, so for continuity of life, this gamete formation is very important. Now, after the formation of zygote, it undergoes development. Zygote or the embryo, it undergoes development, and that process is known as embryogenesis. So we can say embryogenesis is the process of development of embryo. Now in this process, the main event takes place is cell division as well as cell differentiation. Okay. Now cell division means increase in number of cells, whereas cell differentiation means assigning a particular work to the cells. Each and every cell is being assigned a work, that which part of the body it has to produce. Now we had studied process of cell division and differentiation in our previous classes. So here we are going to the next thing, that is the oviparous and viviparous organisms. It is based on the development of zygote. When the development of zygote takes place inside the body, then it is known as viviparous. When it takes place outside, then it is known as oviparous. Okay, in oviparous animals like reptiles and birds, the fertilized egg is covered by a hard calcareous shell. And this calcareous shell or the egg produced is very vulnerable. It is not safe in the environment. Okay, so it needs proper care, and that care is given by the mother, by the bird or the organism itself, and they hatch the egg, and that period of hatching is known as incubation. Incubation period is, after incubation period, the young ones are hatched out. Okay, and the zygote develops here. In case of viviparous animals, the zygote develops into a young ones inside the body of the female organism. So fertilization or the syngamy takes place inside the female organisms. Now, after attaining a certain stage of growth, the young ones are delivered out of the body by the female organism. Means it takes some time to get developed or produced or formed properly inside the female body. That embryo is being released outside the body of the organisms, and here the embryonic care and protection, they needs proper embryonic care and protection, and their chance of survival is very high as compared to the oviparous organisms. In case of plants, the zygote is formed inside the ovule. And after fertilization, the sepals, petal and stamen of the flower falls off. This is the symbol, this is the sign of fertilization. After fertilization, the petals of the flower get fall off, means flower get dried. Flower get dried. Okay. Now the zygote develops into the embryo and the ovule develops into the seeds, and the ovary develops into the fruits, which develops into a thick wall called pericarp. So pericarp is the outer protective layer of the fruit. Okay. And after dispersal, seed germination under favorable conditions to produce new plants. Here in the diagram we can see different kinds of fruits showing seeds. Okay. Here S stands for seed and P is pericarp. S for seed and P is pericarp. Now with this we had completed our first chapter which is known as reproduction in the organisms. I hope all of you had understood what we had studied in this chapter. Now read the summary in your book and try to do the question answers given at the end of this chapter. If you are having any doubt related to this chapter, you can ask me by giving your comments. So students, from next class we are going to start with a new chapter which is reproduction in flowering plants. Chapter 2, we are going to study our next chapter, reproduction in flowering plants. Draw these diagrams in your copy. And do the question answers given here. Okay then, till then, good day.